Imagine going to bed every night, but only getting 3 hours of sleep. At first, you might think you can power through it with coffee, but the truth is, sleep is not optional. It's the fuel that keeps your body and brain running smoothly. When you cut back to just 3 hours a night, things start to fall apart fast. Sleep is when your brain clears out waste, sorts memories, and resets for the next day. Without enough sleep, your brain struggles to process information. You might feel foggy, forgetful, and unable to concentrate. After just one night of minimal sleep, reaction times slow down, similar to being slightly drunk. Imagine trying to work or drive in that state. Spoiler: you won't be winning any awards for Employee of the Month. Mood swings are another big problem. Sleep helps regulate emotions, and without it, you're more likely to feel irritable, anxious, or even depressed. People who sleep poorly are also more prone to making impulsive decisions. Over time, chronic sleep loss can lead to severe mental health issues, turning you into the emotional equivalent of a ticking time bomb. Your immune system also takes a hit. Sleep helps your body fight off infections, so with less sleep, you become more vulnerable to colds, flu, and other illnesses. Studies show that people who sleep less than 6 hours a night are more likely to get sick. Imagine how much worse it could be with only 3 hours of sleep. At that point, you might as well RSVP to every virus party. After several days of severe sleep deprivation, things get even scarier. Some people start experiencing hallucinations, seeing or hearing things that aren't there. This happens because the brain is so exhausted that it starts to malfunction. In extreme cases, people can even develop psychosis. Yes, you could start having full-blown conversations with your toaster. Lack of sleep also wreaks havoc on your heart. It raises blood pressure and increases the risk of heart disease. Over time, poor sleep can lead to strokes and other serious cardiovascular problems. Essentially, your heart is not a fan of your new "sleep is for the weak" motto. Sleep is essential for metabolism too. Without enough rest, your body produces more of the hormone that makes you feel hungry, ghrelin, and less of the one that makes you feel full, leptin. This imbalance can lead to overeating and weight gain. Plus, tired people often crave sugary, high-calorie foods for quick energy, which only adds to the problem. Ever wonder why you suddenly need a donut the size of your head after a bad night's sleep? One surprising effect of long-term sleep deprivation is how it affects your DNA. Studies show that poor sleep can shorten telomeres, the protective caps on the ends of chromosomes. Shorter telomeres are linked to aging and a higher risk of diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's. In other words, not getting enough sleep could actually speed up the aging process. Benjamin Button would not approve. Muscles and bones also suffer when you don't get enough sleep. During deep sleep, your body repairs tissue and builds muscle. With only 3 hours of rest, your body doesn't have enough time to recover from daily wear and tear. This could lead to weaker muscles, slower healing, and a greater risk of injuries. If you're training for a marathon, consider this your wake-up call, literally. Going without sleep for days can lead to something called microsleeps. These are brief moments where your brain simply shuts down for a few seconds, even if your eyes are open. Imagine having one of these episodes while driving or operating heavy machinery. It's incredibly dangerous. Your body might be awake, but your brain is on a coffee break. Sleep is also critical for memory and learning. When you sleep, your brain processes and stores information from the day. Without enough sleep, it's harder to remember things or learn new skills. Over time, chronic sleep loss can even lead to permanent memory problems. Good luck remembering where you left your keys or your car. In extreme cases, long-term sleep deprivation can cause long-lasting brain damage. Studies on animals show that continuous sleep loss leads to the death of brain cells. While research on humans is still ongoing, the signs are worrying. People with chronic sleep problems are more likely to develop Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases. Doctors use sleep deprivation in controlled settings for research, but it's always carefully monitored because the risks are so high. If someone tried to go a week with only 3 hours of sleep each night in real life, they would need medical supervision. Without it, they could face serious health consequences. Translation: don't try this at home. Sleep deprivation doesn't just affect your mental and physical health. It can also hurt your relationships. When you're tired, you're more likely to be irritable and less patient with the people you care about. Over time, this strain can lead to conflicts and a breakdown in communication. No one wants to be known as the friend who picks fights over who gets the last slice of pizza. Chronic lack of sleep can also make you less productive. While you may think you're gaining time by staying awake longer, your ability to focus and make good decisions suffers. In reality, sleep deprivation often leads to more mistakes and slower progress. You might work twice as long to produce half the quality. Interestingly, some studies show that sleep deprivation affects men and women differently. Women are more likely to experience severe mood swings, while men are more prone to problems with attention and memory. Regardless of gender, the effects are universally harmful. Nobody wins in the sleep deprivation Olympics. Long-term sleep loss can even increase your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Without enough sleep, your body becomes less sensitive to insulin, which can cause blood sugar levels to rise. Over time, this could lead to full-blown diabetes. That's not the kind of sugar rush you want. Your skin also pays the price. Sleep is when your body repairs damage from UV exposure and other environmental factors. With less rest, you might notice more wrinkles, dark circles, and a dull complexion. Beauty sleep is a thing for a reason. Turns out, your pillow is the best anti-aging cream. Hormonal imbalances are another side effect. Sleep is critical for regulating hormones that control stress, growth, and appetite. Chronic sleep loss can lead to hormonal disruptions that affect mood, weight, and overall well-being. If you're feeling hangry all the time, maybe blame your pillow. Sleep is also essential for detoxification in the brain. During deep sleep, cerebrospinal fluid washes through brain tissue, clearing out toxins. With less sleep, these toxins can build up, potentially contributing to neurological diseases. Basically, your brain needs its nightly rinse cycle. Children and teenagers are especially vulnerable to sleep deprivation. Growing bodies need rest for proper development. Studies show that sleep-deprived teenagers are more likely to struggle with grades, mental health, and risk-taking behaviors. If your teenager is acting moody, it might not just be hormones. It could be sleep. If you think you can make up for lost sleep on the weekends, think again. Studies show that catching up on sleep doesn't fully reverse the damage done during the week. The best approach is to maintain consistent sleep habits every day. Spoiler: you can't just hit the snooze button on health. The good news is that the body is remarkably resilient. If you start getting enough sleep again, many of the short-term effects can be reversed. However, if sleep deprivation goes on for too long, some damage may be permanent. To stay healthy, adults need about 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. If you find yourself consistently getting less than that, it's important to make changes. Good sleep hygiene, like sticking to a schedule, avoiding screens before bed, and creating a relaxing bedtime routine, can make a big difference. Sleep isn't just rest, it's a vital part of health. Skimping on it can have serious consequences, from mood swings and memory problems to heart disease, and even permanent brain damage. So, next time you think about pulling an all-nighter, remember, even superheroes need sleep.